And now it's time for Story Time with Jay.
What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of Story Time with Jay. This one is kind of like more than one story, but they all fit the same theme. I call it The Times the Cops Were Called. So, if you enjoy this video and want more content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. But with that, let's begin. So, our first story is the time when I called the cops on my dad. I was, about 6, maybe 7 years old at the time. Oh, and by the way, people who make 6, 7 jokes are getting banned. But yeah, anyway, I was about 6, maybe 7 years old at the time, and, I was coming downstairs from my room because I wanted to see my mom, because I loved her so much. And, she wasn't around. She wasn't in the house, she wasn't anywhere, and I got a little worried. I couldn't find her. I mean, I did overhear her and my dad talking, and it seemed a bit loud, so maybe I thought there was, like, tension or something like that. And then my worries got even stronger when I asked Dad where my mom was. And he seemed a bit angry, I don't know. I ran to the phone, and I called the cops on my dad, because I thought maybe he kicked my mom out. So they get here about 5-10 minutes later, and I'm like, he threw my mom out of the house, take him away, meaning my dad. And my dad had to explain that wasn't the case at all. So they waited for my mom to get home, so then they could get her side of the story. My mom was like, what's going on? And the cop was like, ma'am, was there a problem between you and your husband? And my mom was like, no. And my mom had to open the trunk and show them the amount of groceries she had in the trunk. She just went grocery shopping. I didn't know that she just went grocery shopping. And I felt bad. I was scared, and my mom had to comfort me. She spent 15-20 minutes trying to comfort me. Yeah, so yeah. It was kind of just a misunderstanding, that's all that was. But then there were 2 times that my brother called the cops. And while I at least had somewhat of a legitimate reason, my brother not so much. The first time, my brother called the cops on my mom because she wouldn't take him to Disney on Ice. Now, for those of you that don't know what Disney on Ice is, it's basically when you see your favorite Disney characters in ice skates, and they skate around an icing rink, and they do whatever amount of fun, music and a lot of other stuff. Every year around February vacation, it would appear in the Boston area. So my mom would take us to TD Garden so then we can watch the show. Well, that year, it was Princess Wishes or something like that. And it was about the princesses. And my mom, thinking she had 2 boys, they wouldn't really be interested in that. And while I wasn't really interested in it, Bob wanted to go. Not because it was princesses, but because he's so used to going every year around February. So instead of trying to plead with Mom to go take him there, he calls the police on her. Oh my God, it was so funny. I was just laughing. And then there was another time he called the cops, this time on my dad, because my dad wouldn't take him to Toys R Us. Here's how the story went. I saw my brother on the phone with somebody, and when he hung up, I called up my mom because she was at work at the time when this happened. So I called Mom and I'm like, hey Mom, did Bob ever call you? And she's like, no. Next thing I know, there's a knock on the door and the police are in front of the door. And I'm just like, oh my God, he called the police on my dad. It was too funny, he called the cops for the funniest reasons, and I just had to share it. Like I said, while I had a legitimate reason, somewhat of a legitimate reason, my brother called the cops for the funniest reason. And then there was one time where my dad accidentally called the cops. He dialed 911 when he meant to dial 411. I think he was looking for some type of information and whatever. But yeah, there's that. And yeah, that about wraps it up for this story time. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.